Happiness. Everybody's chasing it. Everybody's got a plan for getting there. New job, new house, new relationship, hit the number, lose the weight, and once they get the thing, they figure the feeling will follow. I know because that was me. My name is Leonard. I'm 85 years old, and I want to tell you about the 60 years I spent looking for a key to a door that was never locked. 60 years. That's how long it took me. And I'm going to give you what I found in the next few minutes because I'd hate for you to waste as much time on the search as I did. Here's what you're doing right now, and I need you to hear this without getting defensive. You are living in a permanent condition of not yet. You wake up in the morning and somewhere underneath the coffee and the commute, you're carrying this quiet belief that your real life, the one where you feel okay, where you feel settled, where you feel like yourself, that life is still coming. It's just around the next corner. You'll feel it once the anxiety clears up, once the kids are older, once you've paid down enough, once you finally get the thing you've been building toward. You are not present in your own life. You are waiting for it. And I want to ask you something, and I want you to actually sit with it instead of moving on. How long have you been waiting? 5 years? 10? Has it ever occurred to you that the corner keeps moving? That you've turned it a dozen times already and the feeling still hasn't shown up? That maybe, the corner is not where it is. You keep looking for the key. You don't even stop to try the door. Let me tell you about the night I got everything I wanted. It was 1987. I was 47 years old. The company had just made me regional director. 8 states, 400 people, corner office on the 14th floor. Margaret, my wife, had put on the blue dress she saved for special occasions. My kids, both of them, were actually in the same room. Dinner reservation at a place where they pull out your chair for you. I sat at that table and I thought, this is it. This is the night you feel it. The food came, the wine came. People said the right things. Margaret smiled. I smiled back. And underneath all of it, quietly, like a sound you can't quite place, nothing. I mean, not sadness, not disappointment, just this still, flat nothing. Like the volume had been turned down on the whole night. I remember picking up my wine glass and thinking, there must be something wrong with me. I finally got here and I can't feel it. So I figured I just needed the next thing. I just hadn't climbed high enough yet. That was my answer for the next 10 years. The next thing. Now I need to tell you about a man named Victor. Victor worked 2 floors above me. Smart, polished. The kind of man who walked into a room and people noticed. He wanted to be talked about, Victor did. Not famous, just significant. He wanted to be the name people said when they were describing somebody impressive. He was very good at it. The career, the house, the reputation. He played the game as well as I've ever seen it played. By 58, he had everything he set out to get. We had lunch the month before he retired. He'd been planning his retirement party for 3 years, I'm serious. The venue, the guest list, the speech. He wanted it to be the night people finally said out loud that he'd mattered, that it had all meant something. The party happened in April of 2002. 2 months later, Victor had a stroke in his living room, gone at 61. I went to his office to help his daughter clear it out. On his desk, still there when he left that last day, was a notepad with a list. Things to do in retirement. Italy, the boat, learn guitar, call his brother, who he hadn't spoken to in 9 years. The list never got started. The door was right there the whole time, and Victor kept drawing up plans for the key. I made my own version of the same mistake, just slower. My wife, Margaret, she was a patient woman. Kinder to me than I deserved, honestly. But there's a journal I found after she passed, 2019, and I've read it more times than I can count. She kept it for 30 years, and every third entry more or less started the same way. He was home tonight, but he wasn't here. I don't know how to reach him anymore. I wonder sometimes if he even knows I'm in the room. I was there. I was paying the mortgage. I was solving problems. I thought that was love, solving the problems. She didn't need the problems solved. She needed me to look at her. I remember her telling me once, this was maybe 1991, she said, "Leonard, I feel like I'm married to a man who's always already somewhere else." And I told her she was being unfair. I was right there, wasn't I? What was she talking about? I know now what she was talking about. She was talking about the fact that I was never in any room I was actually standing in. I was always at the next thing, always in the meeting I was preparing for, never the one I was sitting in, always at the goal I was building toward, never the life I was living in front of me. And the saddest part, I thought I was doing it for her, for them. I told myself the long hours and the climbing and the relentless forward motion was love. It was provision. It was a good man doing what a good man does. It was avoidance is what it was. Staying busy so I never had to sit still long enough to feel the thing I was trying to outrun. Here's what I finally understood, and it took me until I was in my 70s to really understand it. I wasn't looking for success. I wasn't even looking for happiness, not really. I was looking for permission. Permission to feel okay. Permission to stop. Permission to be enough without having to prove it first. And I thought, I genuinely believed this, that the permission had to come from somewhere outside me, from the title, from the bank account, from the way people shook my hand at dinner. I thought if I accumulated enough evidence, eventually the case would be made. The verdict would come in. Leonard is enough. Leonard can rest now. But the court was inside me the whole time. I was the judge. I was the jury. I was also the prosecutor. And I had rigged the trial so that no amount of evidence would ever be sufficient. The door I spent 60 years looking for a key to, it was never locked. I just never tried the handle. I could have walked through at 25, at 35, at the dinner table in 1987 when the wine was good and Margaret was wearing the blue dress. I didn't need to earn peace. I just needed to choose it. Most people never figure that out. They die still building the case. I've got a friend from the old neighborhood, Bernard. He's 88 now, retired engineer. His wife passed 8 years ago. He's got 2 kids who call every Sunday, which is more than most. And Bernard is miserable. Not dramatically. He doesn't make a scene about it. It's just there, behind everything, like smoke in a room. He's still arguing about things that happened in 1974. Still ranking himself against people who've forgotten he exists. His neighbor put up a new fence last summer, and Bernard mentioned it to me 4 times in 1 month. How it was 3 inches over the property line. How nobody respects boundaries anymore. How the whole neighborhood has gone downhill. He's 88 years old. 88. And he's keeping score. He's still looking for the key. Then there's Arthur. Arthur is 83. He managed a hardware store for 31 years. He's not going to show up in anyone's who's who. He drives a truck that's got rust on the wheel wells. His house is small. He has a porch, a bird feeder, and a percolator that's older than most people's children. Every time I see Arthur, he seems settled, is the only word I've got for it. Not happy in a performing way. Settled. Like a man who decided a long time ago that he was allowed to be where he was. He told me something once that I didn't understand until years later. He said, "Leonard, I stopped trying to earn the right to relax. I just started relaxing." I was 58 when he said that. I thought it sounded like giving up. I was wrong. That was Arthur walking through the unlocked door. Bernard still crouched by the keyhole, squinting. So here's what I want you to do. Not philosophy, not inspiration, actual things. First, stop postponing the feeling. Whatever it is you're waiting to feel once you get the thing, feel it now. Take 5 minutes today and sit somewhere without your phone, without a task in front of you, without anything you're supposed to be doing, and just let yourself be in the room you're actually in. That's it. That's the whole exercise. You're going to find out very quickly what you've been running from, because the feeling you're chasing out there is the feeling that's been waiting for you in here. You keep looking past it. Second, try the door. Whatever room you've been telling yourself you'll feel at home in once you've earned the right to be there, you've already earned it. I don't care what the voice in your head says, because I know that voice and it lies. It has been lying to you since you were young enough to believe it. Walk into the room. See what happens. The worst thing you'll find is that it was open the whole time. That's not a tragedy. That's the beginning. Third, read what the people who love you are actually saying. Not their words, their patterns. Margaret told me in 100 different ways over 30 years that she needed me present. I was too busy building a case for my own sufficiency to hear her. If someone in your life keeps coming back to the same theme, "You're not here, I can't reach you. I feel alone when you're standing next to me," listen to that. That's the most important evidence you'll ever be handed. Fourth, let yourself be enough right now, today, exactly as you are. Not once you fix the thing that's wrong with you. Not once you've made up for the time you wasted. Now. You are enough now. I know that sounds like something you put on a coffee mug, but I'm 85. I've watched the people who believed it and the people who didn't. The ones who couldn't let themselves be enough. They took that restlessness to the grave. Every one of them. The door was never locked. Stop looking for the key. I'm getting tired easier now. That happens at 85. You don't fight it the way you used to. Your body starts making its own decisions about how long you're going to push on any given day, and at some point you just agree with it. I'm not scared of what's coming. I've made my peace. I read Margaret's journal. I said the things I should have said. I took the trips I'd been postponing. I sat on the porch and watched the evening come in without needing it to mean anything. That's the thing about finally walking through the door. Once you're on the other side, you realize you were never as far away as you thought. It was always this close. You were always this enough. I wasted a lot of years, I know that. But the years I stopped wasting, those were mine. Really mine. And that's something. If this reached you, share it with someone who's been building the case against themselves for too long. They'll know who they are. Tell me in the comments, what door have you been standing outside of? What would change if you just tried the handle? And if you want more conversations like this one, subscribe. I've got a few years left in me. I might as well use them. The door was never locked. You just never tried the handle.